Hi, my name is Ellie, welcome to my channel, and we are on the second day of Color Week. Today we're doing orange. I have a whole plan. So, I'm going to be using the Viseart Dark Mattes for the crease shades, mainly, that's a bad plan. Why didn't I just open it? These two, maybe a little bit of that one, because they are good orangey, rusty colors. And then I have some other stuff in here. I have from ColourPop, Party Favors might be inner corner. If it's not light enough, I have my Franken Shadow, which is a nice kind of peachy shade from Terra Moon. We have Solstice for the inner half. Oh, I'm gonna dig a finger into this. From Clionadh Cosmetics, we have Kiln. It's got a nice red-orange shift, and I'm hoping we'll get more of the orange. If we're feeling fancy, we might do Zaza from Dear Katie Brown. What was that? I think it zoomed me in, but I'm not mad about it. This might end up as glitter freckles, because that's a lot of fun, and I don't think I'm going anywhere today, because I haven't gone anywhere for a while. And then for blush, we have Peachy from Tarte, and I should get to do a fun highlight out of the Kat Von D Metal Crush palette. I think this one is Gamma Ray. It's a nice, very, very glittery one. I dug some out for my Franken Shadow, or was it for my Franken Highlighter? Don't know. We will deal with it when we get there. Foundation, primer, all that is on, and we should just get to do some stuff. I'm gonna start most likely moving in like a gradient from lightest out. So let's start with the, I don't think they have names in the Viseart palettes. So, since eyeshadow and primer are already down, I'm going to just go in. I started making a shirt today. Oh, and I don't think we're gonna put up yesterday's footage because I tried to upload it just in case and be like, I'll have this up here if somebody wants it, and it went from being kind of sideways to sideways. It's very bad looking. It's not good. My camera was quite mad at me, and we're just gonna leave it, let it die. It's fine. I will do an extra look at the end of the week, and we'll just do like a pink look instead of a red look. Because I did like the red look, but I don't want to repeat looks right now. But I took one of the tank tops I like, and I made a pattern out of kind of tracing it over a newspaper. And then I today got to take some old knit fabric that my mom had and didn't have a problem with me using and try it out, and it seems to have made a shirt. So it's not the most polished thing, and I still have to do all of the edges, but I think when I get that done, either today or tomorrow, depending on success and time, I can show you the fun shirt that I made. Yeah, other than that, not much else has happened. My mom's very excited that my cat has, or our cat has figured out how to eat squirrels. Since she's an inside-outside cat, and we have a lot of plants that squirrels try to eat. My dad is very sad that for a long time she didn't eat squirrels. Normally he traps them and then takes them to a park far enough away that they won't come back to the yard and then releases them. But apparently she has caught and eaten like 3 squirrels in the last week and a half. which bodes well for our vegetable garden. Okay, so that is a pretty good base layer of orange. It's hard with the angle of the light to tell if they're even, but they seem pretty even. So I'm going to start going in with the next darkest shade right next to it and deepening up the crease. You can hear a bunch of banging because my windows are open for the nice weather. And people are moving stuff around. We're not quite to the season where the walnuts start falling. We have a big walnut tree in our backyard, and it just, you know, like walnut trees do, drops big old walnuts, and they make these huge thuds all over everything, and sometimes they injure the cars. Okay, so I think that's a good, maybe a touch more of the two mixed together. A nice orange. I thought about using the orange in the electric palette, but that one's just a touch brighter than I thought would go with what we were doing, and it's what I use a lot, so I'm trying to calm it down a little bit. And I'm just taking that third darkest in the corner, kind of deepen up the outer bit, without, hopefully, losing too much orange. Oh, that's what I wanted to have a rant about. The new Melt palette. I don't know if it's called 420 or if that's just the 420 collection, but I'm kind of mad about it. Because it just kind of looks like a slightly changed Gemini, in my opinion. It's like, yeah, the gray is a little different, but in different lighting, the gray just ends up looking like another brown. Like, depending on the professional versus non-professional swatches, the gray doesn't look like a gray. Oh, I'm quite annoyed. I'm going to start with the Clionadh Multichrome in the outer half first, just to make sure that we can build it nicely. Since it's one of the jeweled ones and it does have that darker base, I want to make sure it's not too muddy at the edges. But not all the shades are the same, obviously, in those, the Gemini and the 420 palette, but it's a warm palette with greens and yellows. And I might be a crazy person, but that seems to be what the Gemini is. It's got a warm half, it's got a green half. It does have browns. I really, even like the one shimmer that they put in, I think there's only one shimmer, is like a goldy orange, which is really just kind of a more yellow, deeper version of, is it Gemini? Gemini's the shimmer in Gemini. I am surprised that they would do something, because they don't have that many palettes yet. They have a lot of stacks, but they don't have as many palettes And I'm just very surprised that they wanted something so close. Like, I get having, what's the name of the weed palette? Is it just the weed palette? Smoke Sessions. It is the weed palette. But yeah, Smoke Sessions, which was their last 420 type release. It made sense because it was either all or mostly shimmer. I think there was only one matte, which paired well with the Gemini and didn't kind of overshadow it because the Gemini only had 2 shimmers and the other one was mainly shimmers, so they paired well. But with this one being a mostly matte palette that is really, really similar to the looks of the other one, I'm just confused as to why they would do that. And then maybe I'm a crazy person who's the only one who can see it. I'm going to go in with Solstice from Terra Moon now on that intersection. Oh, that's cool looking. Maybe I can put jeweled multi-chromes into more looks than I was expecting. Oh, yes. I had concerns about blending the jeweled multi-chromes with other things because they had not looked like they were going to play the nicest when I tried to swatch them with other stuff. But these might work just well. I still don't know if they're going to blend very nicely with like the glitter texture of the hybrid or the glitter multichromes, but this has promise. This has options. Oh, I think that turned out really cool. Are they even though? Not quite. A little bit of glitch. Hopefully it's not processing funny. I'm gonna go dangerous and try and put the multichrome on my lower lash line. Okay, so it turns out I just have to not be afraid of trying things, and maybe stuff will just work out fine. Because that turned out really cool in my opinion. Let's try... Oh. Sorry, I can feel something moving around inside. Oh, I hate that. Why would you make it like that? I'm gonna stop and just put the ColourPop on my inner corner. And it's a little light, so we're gonna build it up to a nice golden orange duochrome. I'm wondering what my plan for yellow is. I have a backup plan if I can't figure something out, but I don't really have any, like, dark yellow shades. I'm very proud of myself. We might even be excited enough to do glitter freckles, which I do love glitter freckles. And it's not going anywhere. Why not? Okay. Knock off excess eyeshadow. And then all the excess powder. So we can bronze. I'm feeling very optimistic about the finished look. Trying to wear down that one tiny little side. Hoping for the best. I did finally finish Community. I don't remember if I even told you guys I was rewatching Community, but I am all the way caught up and quite sad that, as far as I know, there's no movie. I like the 6 seasons of the movie thing, and it would have been awesome if they got a movie. But maybe they still will. I do also, since we're probably coming up on the end of this bronzer, and my blush, I know what my next plan is, blush-wise. But I'm wondering what I'm gonna do, because I have this, which is maybe a week left, I think. And I have a sample bronzer from the Chocolate Soleil, which I could probably very easily move into the next spot. Or do I want to try and turn one of my 2 warm bronzers into a cooler bronzer by taking the contour shade that I never use? I don't know. So, time for blush. I think for this one, we're going to go in with the fluffy one, just because I want to use the brush. Yep, brush that I normally use for blush for my highlighter. Again, I forgot how much more forgiving these Tarte blushes were than like the NARS ones I've been playing with. I could use a whole lot more powder from the Tarte ones than the way I would apply. Oh, it has a sheen. I wasn't expecting that. Kind of see it on my nose. That's cute. kind of wish I'd paid a little bit more attention to this as a one option thing for like very lazy makeup. I didn't realize that it had its own sheen. Which you can't see because I'm a corpse, but it's a little bit there. Keep this in mind for panning since it serves two purposes. Okay, brows. I keep trying to like run through all my color products and be like, yes, we're there, we're ready. No, brows before highlighter. I know I have a reason. I don't remember my reason other than worry that I was somehow going to mess up my highlighter while doing my brows. It's fine. Just a random weird fear I have. As far as I know, they're not in the same area, really. Like, it goes around it, but I don't see how brows would change my highlight. I'm really liking this eye look, though. I know it seems ridiculous to, like, keep patting myself on the back about it, but I'm very proud of my color choices. Very excited. Maybe glitter freckles would be too much. Because I know that highlighter is very glittery. But is there such a thing as too much? When you're just doing your makeup for whatever you feel like? I guess tomorrow's the day we have to try out yellow blush. I have to pick a shadow. Little pencil bit, which I'm still quite liking. Oh, that didn't turn out on that side very much at all. This side I like. Much crisper. She says, well, fucking it up more. Oh, I also forgot I have to put my lips on with a lip brush. I have a lipstick that broke and I was unable to salvage as a solid bullet, so I melted it into a pot, which is fine. In theory, it means you have to put it on with a lip brush, and putting on lipstick with a lip brush, for me, takes forever. So, be prepared for a very long amount of time on that. Let's go in with Gamma Ray. We're going to use this brush, because I have optimism about this brush. Oh yeah, that's quite glittery. don't know if you can see, because my lighting is still not great. But it is earlier in the day. It's the first time in a while that I have woken up. Not just been up before noon, but woken up before noon and been out and about. Surprisingly flattering. I remember not wearing this as much, probably because I didn't have the right brush for the glitter. But, or I've just upped my glitter tolerance. Thank you, Twinny, for the lovely gift, because you gifted this to me. Back in the day. I know not everybody's a fan of glitter highlighters, but I like them. I don't have a problem with glitter. Other than that, I like it, and then I want to put a lot on my face. Somewhat restrained with my sprays today. That's progress, right? And I'm not going to forget mascara. That is not the goal today. Yeah, I think we'll go without glitter freckles just because it is quite cute. As is. Oh, but since I finished Community, and I got all the way through all of the Grey's Anatomy that are on Netflix, I've now started watching Schitt's Creek, which is, I had seen some stuff about, and I'd watched a couple episodes, but I had never, like, sat down and fully committed to watching it. I'm excited. I'm enjoying it. I'm so excited for my eye look. Well, the whole look looks nice, but I'm quite proud of the eyes. Did get a little bit of mascara in my crease, but unless it gets worse, we're not gonna mess with it. Oh, I'm gonna have to figure out, oh no, I do think I know what the name of the lipstick is. Emotionally preparing myself for putting on lipstick with a lip brush that is not a great lip brush. I've actually looked into getting a better lip brush. But knowing myself, I'd have to bring the lipstick and the lip brush out with me, because I almost never wear through a lipstick very gracefully. Lashes look a little wonky, but we're fine. So I'd either need a lip brush with a cap or a retractable travel one. And then the ones that look good are like $20, and I feel like that's kind of ridiculous for one brush. Especially one brush I would use sometimes on like 2 lipsticks. I thought about trying to use like some of the other brushes I have that are technically eyeshadow brushes, but I thought they could use as lip brushes, and then they don't work. They're not good. So I have this old retractable lip brush from Elf, and I have I think it's Bonfire or Bonfire Dance from Necromancy Cosmetics, and I have to like stick my brush down in there and try and get a bunch of product on it, and it does not work the best. Which is sad, because it's a really pretty color. I'm trying to pick up the bits that are on the rim. The other potential justification is if I can get good with a lip brush, I could pick up lipsticks that are in a bullet, potentially frame my lips nicely. I just don't know. Whether I should pick lip liners or like a nice lip brush to be the next thing I invest in. And it could be that I'm not picking up the right amount of product, but I don't know, lip brushes, at least this lip brush, doesn't seem to pick up the right amount for like opaque coverage. It could be that it's the wrong formula for a lip brush. It could be that I suck with a lip brush. Don't know. It's starting to look like lipstick. Almost. Since it's retractable, it kind of pops back down. While I'm trying to put it on or pick up product. That looks opaque. It's reading kind of pink on camera, which it is not pink in person, but yet I don't know how. It's closer to my sweater color in person and quite orange, I promise. But, ooh. Ooh, oh, I got lipstick on stuff. Since I put it in such a deep pot, it ends up on the wand while trying to pick it up as well. But I think this was a pretty successful look. Get the hair down, which this has now been through a little over a week of showering every day and 2 shampoos. The tips are surprisingly vibrant still. Top is less pink, more auburn, but still cute. Success. Orange look done. I will bring you in a little bit for that fun eyeshadow. It is more orange in person, I promise. So, second day of success. Hopefully better footage. Hopefully I didn't fuck it up again. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And let me know if I'm a crazy person and thinking that the new Melt palette is too close to Gemini. It just looks like Gemini, only a couple other duplicate shades. And a gray that's not always a gray. Or I'm just cranky. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.